Good morning, everyone. So happy to be here. Welcome to my channel where I teach accounting. Today, I'll be talking about liability. Say liability. Liability. Alright. What's liability? I'll use the scenario of a marriage also. Most times they advise me, I want to marry, don't marry a liability. Don't get married gbese. Don't get married trouble. Don't get married wahala. That is liability wahala. So liability is simply means debt. You're owing money. That is what liability means. But to make it very simplified, I'm using these examples. So when you have an obligation to pay someone for a service he or she has rendered to you or product you bought, that is a liability. Liability is an obligation due to you as a result of your past event, what you've done before. Do you understand? Like, for instance, if you buy goods on credit, you're a businessman, you sell cement, and you don't have, say, 10 million naira to buy the amount of cement you need to start your business, and you know Dangote on a personal basis, you can go and meet him and say, rank Adeli, abeg, wallahi, you help your brother start this business. Me no get am for 10 million naira, but if I sell you the cement finish, I go give you your money. Now, because you have that relationship with Dangote may decide to give you those goods on credit. Decides to give you cement worth 10 million naira on credit. Now, those goods you bought from him on credit, because you're owing is a liability. It is a gbese. You have an obligation to pay him the money. That is what is a liability. Another typical example. You go to the bank, Zenith Bank for instance. Thank you for banking with us. You can meet the branch manager and say, madam, I really want to start this business. They'll say, okay, no problem. How much are we looking at? You say, just 1 million naira only. They'll say, okay, 1 million naira, the interest rate for 1 million naira is to be 5%. You say, okay, I can pay 5% interest on 1 million naira, but you have to give us collateral. You have to give us your house key. You have a house key that's equal to 1 million naira, or you have to give us this or that. There should be something that they will ask you that should be equal to that 1 million naira. In case you fail to meet up your obligation, they will sell that thing and get their money back. Bank with the laugh, can I church it? They are serious minded people. So they say, okay, I have a house, I can give you the house key. It's okay. When will you pay? You can say within 1 year, within 3 years, within 4 years. It's okay. Now that money they're giving you to start your business, 1 million naira is a liability. And now 1 million naira you're expected to pay within 3 to 5 years based on your agreement on what you told them, of when you told them you will pay, how long the liability will be. There must be an agreement. Nobody gives you money like that forever. There's a time frame you're expected to pay. Now that time frame when you're expected to pay is what determines whether it's current liability or non-current liability. If the bank says, okay, this 1 million naira, when do you think you can pay? Say, madam, business get as it is, but I will try to pay within the next 3 years. Now, if they say, okay, no problem, we are fine with that, they give you the money. Now, that liability being a loan is a non-current liability, because you're going to pay after a year. In fact, they told you you said within 3 years. That's when you can make the payments. So it's a non-current liability because you're expected to pay after a year. Now, Dangote being a businessman and has given you cement worth 10 million naira might not be able to wait for 3 years. He might say, my guy, I'm giving you this 10 million naira worth of cement on the basis that you will pay me back within the next 12 months. Gaskia. And you say, Baba, make it 2 years. Say, my brother, you know, some business I they do. I know they sell, I know they do charity. You say, okay, no problem. Give me, I will try selling within 1 year. Now that is the agreement, that you're going to pay him the money within 1 year. That qualifies that liability as a current liability. Do you understand? So current liabilities are liabilities you're expected to pay, debts you owe, obligations you're obliged, you must, based on the agreement. So you are bound to make this amount within a year. That is current liability. If it's more than a year, it's non-current liability. Another example of current liability is tax payable, salary payable. If you have an organization and you have a tax payment to make, most times you pay your tax yearly. So those tax supposed to pay yearly, which is like your contribution to the government from the business you've done, is a liability. You are obliged to pay that money to FIRS within a year. That is a tax liability. That is a current liability, because you're supposed to pay and you're mandated to pay. You're obliged to pay. Obliged is the right word. To pay within a year. That is a current liability. You understand? So these are types of liabilities that we have and their explanation. I hope you've learned something. Have a blessed day. See you in my next video.